Good day, all. This is Charles with the Exodus Logistics Learning Center, ELLC, America's #1 dispatcher and freight broker training. We are continuing in our new how-to video series. We are on a supplemental how-to video series. We've done videos on the self-paced modules, explaining various modules 1 through 4. With a bonus for that, we are in our forms and documents under the supplemental. And we are going to discuss the carrier profile. We've already covered the dispatcher agreement and the limited power of attorney. So now we're going to cover the carrier profile. This is for our ongoing members, self-paced. So if we go to our portal, main menu, members portal, under the forms and documents, we can look at our carrier profile. I'm going to download the Word version and share the screen. The example company we've been using is called ABC Logistics, and we are XYZ. Well, we are ABC Logistics, the dispatching company, and the carriers could be like XYZ Transportation, okay? When you open up a Word document, you'll see a protected view. If you want to edit the Word document, you just click Enable Editing. Allow me to enlarge. I'm going to, this is just a 2-page profile. So what is a carrier profile? Carrier profile is the carrier's way of giving you their requirements. You know, there are specific requirements for you as a dispatcher to find loads and freight for them on their behalf. So you're catering your load search on the load boards according to those requirements that are listed in the carrier profile. An example of that would be, you know, cents per mile, weight, regions of the country they want to go, things of that nature. Okay, so let's get into it. Carrier profile, the requirements of the carrier by you, the dispatcher, to find the freight. Okay, so the first page dealing with the general information. Carrier is going to fill this out. The truck driver, the owner, operator, put their company name, physical address, doing business as, but standard stuff, right? Their equipment type. Remember what the equipment type is. It is the truck, the power unit, or the tractor, and the type of trailer that's connected to it. We deal mainly with the 3 major equipment types: 53-foot vans, dry vans, 53-foot reefers or refrigerated trailers, temperature controlled, and then the 48 or 53-foot flatbeds, right? And we also added power onlys in here. Number of trailers they have, number of trucks, trailer accessories for your specific equipment types, whether it's dry van, flatbed, or reefer. Accessories being like for flatbeds, for example, chains, binders, tarps, straps, dunnage, pipe stakes, things of that nature, okay? And then any other equipment types, box trucks, hot shots, sprinter vans, cargo vans. This is important, this one here, and what I'm going to do is highlight it. Please list the brokers that you are already set up with, right? So what that is saying is, let me save it as a PDF. What that is saying is that please list the brokers that you are already approved for. What that means is when you are on, if they list any brokers that they're already approved for, you as a dispatcher just cut your workload kind of in half, because now you don't have to go through the process of onboarding the carrier with that specific broker because they're already approved. You don't have to onboard them with by doing the whole broker carrier agreement and sending those other supporting documents in, you know, copies of their MC authority, copies of their certificate of insurance, copies of their W-9, things like that. All of those things have already been done if the carrier is already approved and set up with a particular broker. TQL, CH Robinson, Coyote, you know, Landstar, whoever they're dealing with. So that's page 1. So that helps you a little bit. They list those. And as a dispatcher, it would be smart to target when you're searching for loads on the load board. Why not target brokers that the carriers are set up with to see first if there are loads available according to the profile of the carrier for those specific brokers. That way, when you call them, they're already set up, right? So now you just got to get the rate confirmation. It speeds your process up. It speeds your workflow up as a dispatcher, okay? Second page, this is 2 pages, right? Dispatch specifications. What are the specifics that the carrier is looking for? Please give us your cents per mile information. We understand that many factors will change this information, but this will give us a starting point. So cents per mile, what does that mean? So in other words, how much per each mile that the carrier drives, how much do they want to be paid for that? And it varies based off of the equipment type of the carrier. For dry vans, $2 to $3 a mile, flatbeds and reefers, $3.50 to $4 a mile. And that's certain economic factors, certain conditions, seasonal stuff, weather conditions. There's factors that involved in that. Fuel prices nowadays, right now, it's pretty high. So these are things that the carriers will tell you. Sometimes dispatchers will probably do analytics and will have to know some of these things to kind of make your dispatching jobs a little bit more efficient and effective, all right? Maximum number of pickups. Most carriers, when you're dispatching for them, they pick loads up from shippers. Maximum number of deliveries. Most carriers that you're dispatching for will deliver loads to receivers, okay? Driver touch. That means that the carrier has to get out there, the cab of their truck, and assist in any way, shape, or form, whether loading or unloading, loading at the shipper or unloading at the receiver. Most drivers are going to say, no, they don't want to do that. They just want to drive the load, dock the trailer on the loading dock, and sit back and wait till the facility loads or unloads them, right? So in most cases, they'll put no here, okay? You want to go in the mountains, yes or no, carrier tolls, weight limitations. Most carriers, truck drivers, owner operators typically don't haul at the maximum weight of their equipment type unless the load is paying enough to substantiate that extra cost in fuel, okay? So home time, any endorsements and the type of endorsements, any clearance types, TWIC, DBIDS, Rapid Gate, STA. STA is security threat assessment. DBIDS is what's used to get on the military bases. TWIC is used to get on the ports. DBIDS and Rapid Gates are used to get on the military bases installations. TWIC, Transportation Worker Identification Card, that's ports. So you can or cannot put this in your profile if you decide not to, depending on the type of carriers you're dispatching for, okay? As far as weight, dry vans, the weight capacity of those trailers between 42 to 45,000. I just want to mention that on the recording so you guys will have that information. Reefers is about 44,000, and then the 48 to 53 foot flatbeds between 46 to 48,000 pounds. These are pounds, right? So dry vans, 42 to 45,000 pounds. Reefers is up to about 44,000 pounds, and 48 to 53 foot flatbeds are between 46 to 48,000 pounds, right? Next is this here, and let me change this here, which includes the completed and copies of your, I made the changes over on the dispatcher side, so I'll make it on the profile side, save it. All right, so areas of the USA you like to travel. Okay, please circle and apply. So the carrier, you're sending this profile to the carrier, right? You're not making any editing changes. You're not putting any dispatcher information in here. This is a profile sheet. This is a template, right? So areas of the country, we have them sectioned off in 5 different zones, we call them, the Northeast zone, and the abbreviated states are here in alphabetical order, right? So most carriers know certain areas of the country they want to go because they know this area of the country pays better than the other, so they will circle it, right? I'll give you kind of a hint though, the Midwest zone is the most popular one. You know, Midwest zone in those states they're in. The Southeast is next, and then the Southwest. Right, depending on if you are heading east to westbound or west to eastbound, and north to southbound or south to northbound into and out of certain zones. They'll pay differently for each of the equipment types. And as you dispatch over time, you will begin to discover that, okay? So just be mindful of that. Okay, I'm gonna change this to a PDF so I can have it. So that is the way to edit and change your carrier profiles. Not much to it, actually. You're just taking this is just a template. We didn't even make any changes to put your information in there. To be honest, it's just you can literally use this particular template. You may add your logo to it, and that's fine, right? And then again, to change something from a Word to a PDF, you go up to File, Save As, and then the file name you created, whatever it's called, right? And then you change that. As a matter of fact, let me change this one to the desktop and change it to our profile name, Carrier Profile 2022. So we're going to save that as that. Okay, replace it. And then we're going to go back again to File, Save As on the desktop, that name, and then change the Save As type from a Word document to a PDF. Okay, and overwrite what we already have. So that's what that means when that ding comes up in that message. You are overwriting or copying over what already exists. Okay, so that's that for the carrier profile. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully that kind of gives some clarity and explains certain things on here. Okay, and it's helpful for you. All right. I want to thank you once again for watching. Hopefully this information was helpful for you.